Newspaper Jamie Dornan speaks out, "Even after divorce, I still have special respect for Amelia Warner." A photo of Jamie Dornan standing quietly on the side of a small road in Notting Hill suddenly went viral on social media. He was wearing a grey jacket, headphones on, his eyes seemed to be pursuing an unnamed thought. It was the first time he had appeared in public since the shocking news a few weeks ago. Jamie Dornan and Amelia Warner officially divorced after more than a decade together. Neither of them commented initially. There were no accusations, no property disputes, no war of words in the newspapers. The media expected a scandal. But what they got was silence. Jamie's most honest interview. 2 months later, Jamie Dornan appeared in an exclusive interview with GQ UK magazine. He sat in a simple room, the pale yellow light covering his features that were a little older than in the Mr. Grey days. No longer the epitome of cool charm, Jamie now looks like a man who has gone through many seasons of love and heartbreak. The reporter asked, "Do you have anything to say about the breakup with Amelia?" Jamie looked up, eyes unblinking, and answered, without hesitation. "I can't say anything but 2 words. Grateful. Love doesn't need a happy end." Jamie said that his marriage to Amelia Warner, a British musician and actress, was not just a romantic relationship, but also a process of growing up humanely. "I met Amelia when I was a man learning to deal with fame. She's not just my wife. She's the one who reminds me who I am, even when I forget who I am." He paused for a moment, as if considering whether to continue. Then he chuckled. "We're no longer 2 pieces that fit together. But that doesn't mean we weren't a complete picture." The indelible years. Jamie and Amelia married in 2013, and have 3 daughters together. The two are private, rarely appearing in public together, and rarely mentioning each other on social media. But behind the scenes, they are known as a close-knit couple who have been there for each other through thick and thin. Jamie recalls, "Amelia was there when I shot the first 50 Shades. When the world saw me as a sex symbol, she was the one who kept me from losing myself." When asked what caused the marriage to fall apart, Jamie simply answered honestly, "Maybe it was time, maybe it was things we kept to ourselves for too long. But no one was wrong in that." Respect. Love's last gift. "Are you angry with Amelia?" the reporter asked. Jamie shook his head. "No. How can you be angry with someone who gave you 3 wonderful children? How can you be angry with someone who taught you how to love properly?" He said that in the final days before deciding to separate, they still took their children to school together, had dinner together, and said goodnight to each other every night. There was no resentment, only acceptance. "We had come far enough together to know when to stop, not because we no longer loved each other, but because we wanted to keep the best image of each other." A letter to an ex. Jamie wrote a letter to Amelia after the divorce proceedings. He wasn't sure if she'd read it, but he wanted to share a passage from the interview. "Amelia, I'm grateful to you for the years of being my wife, for being the mother of my children, and for being strong enough to let go when I no longer had the courage to do so. No matter who comes into my life later, no one can replace the role you played, the person who was once family, the milestone, the beginning and end of a very beautiful chapter in my life." Teachings for children. Jamie shared that what made him think the most was not the public's gaze, but the eyes of his 3 daughters. "I always wondered, when they grow up, will my children think that their parents have failed? But then I realized, if I live true to my feelings and respect their mother, then that's what they need to learn." He recalled a memory. "When we told the children, my eldest daughter asked, 'Are you still good friends?' And Amelia said, 'Not just friends, but the person I trust the most.' At that moment, I knew I would be okay. New happiness does not hide the past. Many people speculate about Jamie's new relationship, saying that he is closer than usual with Dakota Johnson in several post-divorce projects. When asked about it, Jamie neither denied nor confirmed it. He simply said, "I didn't leave a marriage to jump straight into another relationship. I left to understand myself better, to learn how to be a better man, even if I'm no longer someone's husband." He said that, no matter what happens in the future, the first person he wants to tell is always Amelia. "Not because I owe her anything, but because I believe she would be the first person to wish me happiness, if it was truly worth it." A WOMAN, a marriage, a gratitude. The interview ended with a simple question: if you could say one short sentence about Amelia Warner, what would it be? Jamie didn't have to think long. "She was the kindest thing that life has ever done to me. And I will never forget that." While love doesn't always end in happily ever after, it can still end in gratitude, kindness, and a respect that never fades. Jamie Dornan did just that, quietly, but profoundly.